Well, I can finally post chapter 2 of my fic. So here are warnings ahead of time. Mentions of abuse, mention of Zeus, and emotional grief / I guess it would be rage, I don't know. But yeah, let's get started. Chapter 2. My brother is an idiot. Artemis's POV. I swear, my brother is an idiot. He spoke against our father, even though Percy was a good person. Why would Apollo speak up for a person he barely knows? He also hasn't been acting like himself recently. Well, more like since after his trials 3 years ago. I feel like he's not here anymore, and not as cheerful around us anymore. I saw him sitting in one of Olympus's many gardens. He was healing something on his arm. He was the second last one to leave, with Zeus being the last. I walked up to him. Hey, I said. Hey, Art, he said. Are you ready to go? Yeah, I said. Apollo, is there something that happened when you were in the film room that you're not telling me? Artemis, I'm fine, Apollo said harshly. Let's just go. Time skipped to when they got to Hermes, Poseidon, and Hades. Are you guys ready to go? Poseidon asked. We all nodded our heads yes. Next thing I know, we are at the way station. It's been such a long time since I've been at the way station. I can smell Emmy's cooking from the outside. Apollo knocked on the door. Georgina answered the door. She was staring at us until her eyes landed on Apollo. She jumped up and hugged him. Apollo, she said happily. Hey, Georgina, how? Apollo was cut off by Georgina. I have something for you. Stay here, Georgina explained, and ran off. She came back with a necklace. It had a sun on the bottom of it, and chains for it to hang on. I made you this necklace, she said, since you gave me another doll. Thank you, but you don't have to give me anything in return. The doll is for your birthday, Apollo said. Yeah, but I wanted to give you something in return, Georgina said. Well, thank you, Apollo said. Could you tell us where Emmy is? I'm right here, we heard from the kitchen. Emmy walked out of the kitchen. She looked older than 3 years ago. I mourned the loss of one of my best hunters, but she seemed happy with Joe and Georgina. I am really sorry for bringing other gods than me, Artemis, and the goddess of traps, Bermudis. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to pronounce her name. Sorry if I butchered it. But we really need Leo, Apollo explained. I see, Emmy said. He's upstairs in his room, but Apollo, he's not in the right mindset right now. Also, don't go into the training room. It's in there. Not in the right mindset. I wonder what happened to make him act like that. We followed Apollo upstairs to Leo's room. We saw a room that we could only person to be Leo, that could be Leo's room. Whatever you do, don't go into the room next to this room, especially since Lit's in there, Apollo explained. We all nodded our heads except for Hermes. I swear, if he does something stupid, I'll crash out. Hey, Leo, can I come in? Apollo asked. I tried not to give Apollo a judgmental look. If you told me 3 years ago, Apollo would have done that, I would have given a confused look. But then again, 3 years ago, Apollo went through unimaginable horrors during his trials. Yeah, Leah had said faintly. Wait, I said before Apollo went in. I want to come in too. Okay? Apollo said confusedly. Is it okay if Artemis comes in? No response. Me and Apollo came in. I saw some designs like guns that can shoot lasers or swords that needed crystals to work. I feel like it was a Star Wars reference. Leo was laying on his bed. Hey, Leo, Apollo said. What happened? Leo looked up, and he looked confused when he saw me. It looked like he had been crying for hours. Are you sure if it's okay to talk with your sister around? Leo said. What? I was cut off by Apollo. Yes, but Leo, what happened? Apollo said. Me and Cal broke up, Leo said sadly. Oh no, that's horrible. What happened? Apollo questioned. Well, I broke up with her, he started to explain. When he got to her island, I felt like our relationship was forced. But I wanted someone to love so badly, he paused, that it felt perfectly normal. Not only that, but I still love Jason Greyes. I didn't want to put Cal in a situation where I was in love with someone else. Leo may be a man, but he's an honorable man. I'm glad Leo didn't put Calypso in a toxic situation like that. You know, I think Jason loved you too, I said. He had high expectations on him. He couldn't say how he loved you because of those. Leo just stared at me. Since when were you a relationship person? Leo questioned. Well, when your brother has multiple failed relationships, you learn how to comfort people, I said. Then we heard a large thump from outside. What are the chances Hermes opened the door to the training room door? Apollo asked. Wait, Hermes? Leo said. We'll explain later, I said. That was the end of chapter 2. So yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure I promised a bunch of Star Wars references in the last reading. I'm sorry I didn't get to those. Maybe in the next chapter. I haven't worked on it yet. I'm still thinking of ideas. But the next title for the chapter is Chapter 3. My brother and nephew are attacked. Hades POV. But this is it for now. A19 out.